Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I just want to bring you in a little bit to tell you about where I am in making this dowel house and getting everything together. As you can see, the bird of paradise, this I did a short video on. That's in the background in the kitchen, and it is done. And there's a new addition to the dowel house, as another new addition rather, and that's the little girl you see to the right. I haven't named her yet, and yeah, she's a new addition. And the dowel house that they play with, I actually painted it, and I made little figures, and you can see the little figures on the inside. And I made a person in bed, a little chair, a little rug, a little person between the doorway here, waving, a little dog, and then another little person. So I just went ahead and decorated it because I was like, it's too plain. I gotta do something more to it. And let's see what else. I did the framing for the kitchen, the back, the valances over the two windows, that one and this one over to the right. And I also went ahead and finished the sink, the bottom of the sink that I told you earlier it needs to be finished. That, see, stay in focus. That is done. And this is framed, and this is done. And so yeah, and I'm going to show you guys today. I can't really show you a tutorial on this, but I can explain to you that this has a fairy light underneath, down in here, and the fairy light is encased in this area. These are just wood pieces that I built around. I built around the fairy light to frame it. And it's pretty easy. All you're doing is taking a fairy light and encasing it in here. And then the fairy light, because it's slim, you're basically putting another piece of wood. Or either what I did was I cut the base to go around this whole frame as one piece. And then this is another piece, that's another piece, and that's another piece. And then I use the wood filler to smooth everything out so it'll look like one huge piece that goes around. I can't really do, like I said, a tutorial on that. And I just also added this because YY, my initial. But yeah, it takes a lot hands-on and holding this together to glue these individual pieces on both sides. It's a lot. And it takes hours. It takes days, actually. Probably like 3 days, maybe 4, depending on the level of sanding, going back and forth. So it would be too lengthy of a video. But I think you pretty much can get the gist of it, of how to frame it in. It's a fairy light, very thin, not wide at all. And that's what's in there, encased in there. Now, what I'm going to show you is how I come up with a lot of my ideas. Like this idea. Let me see if I can pull this without... Oh, I knocked another dowel over. The way that I come up with these ideas is that, as you can see the leaves when you look close up, you can see the lines. I go online, usually on my phone, but I do use my iPad, and I bring up different images of whatever it is that I want to see if I can build instead of purchase. And this is how I came up with this idea. I used my iPad and I looked at plants, real plants that were for sale on different websites, and I chose the one that I liked the structure of. And then I went ahead and I proceeded to draw each individual leaf and color it and then cut it out and then put it on I have to get it. It's a floral stem. I'll show you what that is in a few minutes. But I drew it and I cut it out, and I'll show you how I did that, because I tried to always make the stem wide enough where I could fold it over, and it like basically encases the whole stem, so you don't see or notice the stem from the floral stem that I use to get the leaves to stand up and to stick into this basket. The basket, by the way, I don't know if you remember, some of y'all might remember, but the basket I made a while ago. The basket originally, it was a glass table, and I snatched that off because I felt like the glass table was just taking up too much room in the living room area, and I wanted it to be better used, so took that off. But I also have another planter. A lot of these things you can also find. This was a gift to me a long time ago. It actually had like a plastic fake flower in here, and it was red. You might see that on the earlier videos, but I pulled that out. This is also a nice planter. A lot of times you can go to the dollar store, or you can go to Marshalls, TJ Maxx, resell, and you can find a lot of things that are already made, and you could just pull out of it and put in what you want and use things that way and make crafts for cheaper and more unique. Or shall I say uniquer? I'm going to make up a word. But I'm going to stop the video for a minute, pause it, and come back to you and show you how I actually draw and cut these stems out, so you can get a better idea of how I made them, in case you're interested. And again, like I said, you can go on your phone, computer, iPad. You can search for a specific plant, flower, furniture, windows, etc. Go to images in the top ribbon, and because on the top ribbon you'll see all shopping, news, video. Those will be the different things that you can tap on. But if you're concerned, if you're wanting to actually make something, I suggest you go to images. It gives you a plethora, many images that you can actually get ideas from. Okay, so give me a few moments and I will be coming back to you.